Guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you're a UFC fan. We've got Sean Strickland taking on Cannonier in October. Both really good strikers. They can both finish fights. They're both okay also with going the distance. They're both smart fighters. Who do I think wins this fight? I'll have to go with Cannonier. He's coming off a disappointing loss to Israel Adesanya. He should have fought how I said he should have fought. I keep him close, but it is what it is. He let him have distance and let him dance around and pick him apart. I think Cannonier wins this fight because I think he's the smarter striker. He's the more seasoned veteran in MMA. And I just think he's going to be too powerful for Sean Strickland. Again, Sean Strickland can wrestle. He can grapple if he needs to, but I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to walk in there with his hands down like he did with Pereira. And I don't think he's going to take Cannonier lightly. I just simply think Cannonier's the better fighter. I think he's the better striker. And he can grapple too. I think if it comes down to who can win this fight without striking, I think I'd also put my money on Cannonier. I don't think this fight will end in a knockout. I think this fight will kind of go the distance. They're both coming off disappointing losses. Strickland, I think, needs this win more just because of how he lost versus how Cannonier lost. He lost by decision, and before that, he was winning fights. How do I see the fight going? I think it goes to distance. I think Cannonier is going to use his wrestling in this fight, given that Sean does not like to wrestle. He likes to stand up and bang. But even if it, let's say Sean Strickland chooses to wrestle himself, let's say Cannonier can't really wrestle, he has to stand, I still think he would beat Sean Strickland anyway, but that's just my opinion. I think he'd outstrike him. I think you'll see Cannonier close the distance in this fight because Sean Strickland's tall, he has long arms, and I think he'll utilize his grappling, his power, his physical strength more. He'll try to grapple and take down Sean Strickland a few times in the fight. He's going to control the positioning of the fight. I don't think he'll put Sean against the cage because he doesn't want to stand with him more than he needs to. And I think you'll see him beat him about like how he did Derek Brunson. The difference will be that I think it'll be pretty, not dominant, but enough to get a decision victory. But I think he'll be able to control the position like he did with Derek Brunson. And he's not fighting Israel Adesanya, so I don't think he has to worry about the stand-up as far as striking and moving as much as he did with Izzy. Sean Strickland is also going to try to stand in front of him and bang with him. And I also don't think he'll knock out Sean Strickland just because Sean Strickland can take a big hit if he needs to. He's been hit pretty hard by some good heavy hitting middleweights. Thing is, I know Cannonier has power. So Cannonier should win this fight by decision. But if he doesn't get a decision, I think it'll be a TKO later in the fight. It won't be an early knockout like that. Again, Strickland can win the fight. I'll talk about that in another video, but I have to go with Cannonier. I think he'll be patient. He'll be calculated. He'll close the distance very well. Again, I think he's going to take down Sean Strickland a few times in this fight. He'll probably go for some chokes, rear naked chokes, arm triangles. He'll keep maintain dominant position in this fight. He should win this fight. I think it's a 5-round fight. If it's a 3-round fight, he'll win 29-20. If it's a 3-round fight, I think he should win this fight 49-46. Something like that. Not too one-sided where it's a boring fight. I just think it'll be clear that skill-wise, I think he's better as an MMA fighter than Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland's going to be too worried about trying to stand and bang. I think even if Cannonier has to, he can get the better of it by a little bit standing up because Sean's a good fighter on the feet, But I think he's willing to, and the willingness to grapple more, to clinch more, to be more cautious more and control the fight more physically as far as the positioning more will be the reason why Cannonier wins this fight by unanimous decision. That's just my opinion, though.